Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third party review. Today, thanks to the guys over at Robot Kingdom, I am lucky enough to be taking a look at the latest offering from DX-9, part of their War in Pocket line. It is of course X13 Mightron, aka Legend Scale Mini Masterpiece Megatron. Holy cow bags. I mean, seriously, look at this guy. He is phenomenal. He looks incredible. Now, straight off the bat, this is a pre-production sample, so it's not final. Things will change, which is a good thing because he has a wibbly, wobbly, slidey, inny-outy arm with no locking mechanism. That, though, is pretty much his only flaw. Considering how small this guy is, he is phenomenal. He comes with some awesome little weapons as well. Got his Energon sword, he's got his little mace there. He also comes with a gun, which is pretty straightforward. It's cast in this nice translucent purple plastic. It's nice. I think that's the Blitzwing blaster, isn't it, that he shoots Prime with. He comes with parts to form his gun. Wow. I am genuinely gobsmacked. These mini pieces that are coming out from the likes of DX-9 and Iron Factory are outstanding. They really are outstanding. The levels of detailing they're getting out of such a small figure, it baffles me. I mean, this is more detailed than what we got with Hegemon. I know Hegemon's a little bit older now, but he was a Voyager pushing almost masterpiece scale figure. And this guy is, what, 3 3/4 inch? It's incredible. I mean, scale-wise, he looks pretty darn awesome alongside Hulky. We've got Shockwave here, and we've also got Shapeshift inked Starscream. I just think they all look fantastic together. And what about the Autobots? Now, he scales very well with Shapeshift Inks Ironhide, but the Sentinel Optimus Prime pen, ooh, I've lost his fist, he's probably a little bit too big for him, although there is a THQ02, I think it is, which is the very small version of the Masterpiece Optimus Prime. That does scale very well. I think pure compared the two. Right, now let's take a closer look at the head. Very nice sculpt. I love how they've captured that expression on there. As for the articulation on the head, it does rotate left and right. Very small. We don't really have any up and down motion on there because this panel here is locked into place. The shoulders can go all the way around on ball joints. The wrists do rotate, they're just on a mushroom peg, although the resistance isn't quite correct yet because it's so tight. Again, this is something they will need to correct. I don't know how they get away with that. Maybe making this just a little bit bigger or have a tab on the inside to lock that into place, but either way it is something that needs to be addressed. There is no waist rotation. The legs can come this far forward, this far back, this far out to the side. We do have an upper thigh rotation. We do have a bend at the knee. Thigh joints themselves are a little tiny bit loose, again something I imagine they're going to correct. We have forwards and backwards, and we have some nice pivoting on the feet, and I love how shiny they are. It's like he's wearing some really pimped out shoes. Now, resistance problems aside, this is literally a perfect little Megatron. I can't fathom how they've got all of this level of detailing in such a small figure. It looks incredible, and it is such a good size. So, yes, genuinely impressed by this little dude. Now, without further ado, let's get him transformed up into his gun mode. I want to rotate these feet around, and these legs are basically going to open up on both sides, and these feet are going to rotate backwards, inside. You want to grab these leg sections, bring them up and round. You can only do one at a time because they're kind of joined in the middle. There's not enough room to have both of these ports together, so you have to kind of move one side then the other. So now we're going to move it to this side, which now allows us to bring this section up, bring that over, and then we can close off these legs, and you want to make sure that these sections are on either side. Come around to the non-gun arm, just compress that up. You want to slide this out, and basically this joint here is going to go down. This one here is going to come up and over the top. I want to rotate this section around, and basically the fist, there's not a great deal of clearance, but the fist is going to tuck in behind this arm, move this section back, and then this ball jointed section can now rotate around, so we've got his arm looking like this. Come around to Megatron's waist, that's just going to untab, and as it untabs you can rock this hinge backwards, and that's just going to tab on the inside of this grey section here, and when we bring around this section here, that's going to tab in on the other side, but we'll get to that in a minute. Come around to this backpack section, bring this section out, rotate it around, fold down this section here, and pop this section down. Come to his waist joint, and this little tiny silver tab on the front here, that's actually just going to flip forward like so. Bring that out of the way. That now allows his ab to crunch, and as the ab crunches it reveals this joint here, so we can bring this section down basically all the way through and to the back. So whilst we're doing that, we can just tab and compress this arm, and we're coming around to this side, and as we do so we are going to rotate the joint, swivel this section up, detach this section, and this is basically going to slide up and tab in to here, and these sections here can just tab in nicely together. Come around to the head section. Giving Megatron a little tilt, you can move his head upwards, bring it down underneath like so, slide this section out so there's now clearance on the inside to push the head down, and we're going to bring this section around. As we do so, make sure that this is rotated around fully, so then when we come round here it tidies up this entire section here, and this is going to come round and form the trigger. These sections here have popped out, you can just push those back in. Now we just need to build the handle. These handles fit in there nicely. You want to make sure that this first section is facing this way, and this hinge is facing the front of the gun, and this metal section here is facing the back of the gun. You can just adjust them if they are incorrect, just adjust them by rotating them at the mushroom peg thighs. You can then bring this section here, this is going to come down, and that's going to come up. Pull the trigger section forward, and as you bring this up, it's now going to lock into place. We can then tab these together, and then bring this section up, and that's going to tab in on the gun. Same with this side, bring this section up, and that's going to tab in on the gun. And this side, there's a tab here, and that's going to tab in there as well. The scope plugs in on the top there. This section of the gun just slides on. I believe that's the silencer, isn't it? And this should, he says, just slide in to the back there and just tab in like this. Woo! Now that is a pretty sweet looking little gun. Would like a spring-loaded gun really, but at the end of the day, that is a bloody amazing transformation for such a small little toy. That's a pretty good sized gun. Now I know not everybody likes the grip and the silencer on their guns, so you can actually use those as kind of an assault rifle thing for his robot mode as well. Just literally tabs into the top there. But as for the gun, that is amazing. I honestly think that is freaking awesome. Now, the detailing on this is pretty darn good. Love the handle grip. Really, really quite special. This section here, it's all tabs in nicely. I love how the detailing on here folds away as well. I do have a little bit of scratching on my paint there, but bearing in mind this was shipped loose and it's been manhandled by many a folk. It's a cracking little piece. Now, at just shy of $50 for a legend scale figure, do I think it's worth it? Yes. I genuinely didn't think I was going to, but the engineering that's gone into this is fantastic. He is a definitive little masterpiece Megatron. He looks sublime. Plastic quality is next to none. It is fantastic. Feels rock solid. DX-9 always impressed me with the levels they go to when building a product, and this is definitely not a letdown. They have done a sterling job. Well done, DX-9. Well done. Thanks so much to the guys over at Robot Kingdom for making this video possible. If you do like this figure and want to order it, please click the link in the description below. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Just for a quick scale comparison, let's bring in Shockwave. You know, it's a good size alt mode. It's a gun. It's a very good gun at that. Hey, maybe this is a sign that DX-9 is going to be giving us a masterpiece scale Megatron as well. That's generally how these guys work, isn't it? They give us something as a war in pocket and then aim to give us something as a masterpiece as well. Who knows? Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, feel free to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. And until next time, from myself and Mightron, aka Megatron, goodbye.